Big D in the studio with Celine tonight. Our next guest is Michael Waugh, and Celine just said to me, she said, "Are we talking cricket?" No, she didn't. She didn't say that at all. I just sort of
did not say that.
Had to open that. Michael joins us, and his brand new single is Dairy Farmer's Son. And Michael, I think it's fair to say that you gave us a big insight into what it's like to be raised on a dairy farm.
Yeah, one of the nicest compliments I think I've ever had, Darren. Thank you. The song's written about my dad. It's a tribute to him and about where I grew up. A lot of the songs from this record are about that place where I grew up.
Where was it?
In East Gippsland, so farming community down there. It's really rich farming community, as in like rich land, really beautiful land. It's really tough for all of our farmers, but particularly for the dairy farmers. So when I was growing up, it was really tough on my dad, and I watched him go through all of that. And now it looks like things aren't much better for our dairy farmers. So
yeah, I was just going to say we just played Phoebe J's new single 14 Cents at the Gate just before, and is it any better? Is there any light at the tunnel for the dairy industry? And I don't want to get political here, but
no. Look, but I mean, even just the practicality of that job, I saw my dad get up every morning and milk cows, and then there was always work to be done, with fences or with thistles or whatever, and then milking in the afternoon, and then at night you're chasing water or you're helping with the calving. So even just the practicality of that is hard enough, and it's a 365 day a year job. And if you add into that, what they're experiencing financially is still not great. I mean, a mate of mine is down Warrnambool Way, was just telling me the prices that have just come through for Murray Goulburn are really not great for him. They're just not making ends meet, and so you're working your guts out and really not getting much back. Yeah.
And to have an upbringing like that, I mean, very, very different. Where does music fit in? How did you start in music?
Yeah, pretty much like helping my dad out around the farm. It became pretty clear at some point that as a farmer, I was going to be a pretty good songwriter. I'm in enormous admiration for my dad and for all of those farmers, but I was pretty bloody useless at it, to be honest. Songwriting for me was about there's always long distances that you had to go or you had to walk, and long drives to get anywhere. So a lot of the time, when I was travelling anywhere by myself, that's where the stories and songs would come. I'd sort of make them up to keep myself busy on the road. And whenever we drive anywhere, Mum and Dad would always have, the car tapes. I think there was a copy of Dolly Parton's greatest hits and a copy of Kenny Rogers' greatest hits, and they were just about worn out.
Yep, and you said tapes, so a fair few of our viewers just went, "What are they?"
I think Mum and Dad still have them somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was pretty much learn to love country music or jump out of a moving vehicle. So, yeah.
Oh, look, I think there's even a meme about that. If you don't like country music, you're getting pushed out of a car. I think I've seen one like that. But what a tribute, to be able to write songs, obviously, being a storyteller but to highlight that, and it's something that's very personal in your life, which I resonate with too, because I write a lot like that as well.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, that's my favourite style of song. It's the story in the song, and that's the stuff that I grew up with. That's the stuff I love.
When you put this one together, Michael, the a cappella part at the start, why did you go that way?
Well, I suppose for me, like when I started writing this song, the first memory was about there'd be stillness through the house, like it'd be in the middle of the night. And just the memory of the only thing that disturbed that silence was the sound of Dad snoring, but it wasn't just snoring; it was wheezing, because he was such a suffered from asthma so badly. So it was like just I suppose the memory of that moment. That's why we started like that, and it's it was decision in the songwriting. And it just sort of when I took it to Shane and he was putting the production together, he felt that was a really strong way to begin as well. So yeah.
Well, Michael, it's been great to catch up with you. If people want to find out more about your songwriting and your music, what's the best way for them to do that?
So there's quite a bit of stuff on YouTube. There's this is the 5th single from the record. So there's videos for all of the other 4 songs. So you can just YouTube Michael Waugh and you'll get a whole lot of songs. And through iTunes, through Spotify, and through the website, which is michaelwaugh.com.au.
Brilliant. It's been great to catch up with you tonight. And here is the new single, Dairy Farmer's Son.
Thanks, Darren.